Welcome back to our Mega Man X8 talkthrough. We're up to the Refight stage, the second Sigma stage. The one thing about this stage, I mean, there really is no stage. It is 8 Mavericks plus Sigma. So there's really not that much to talk about here. Pretty much every fight is the same as you did it the first time. The exceptions being Shadow Mantis, because you don't have Axle at all, and Manowar. Manowar is not even really worth talking about, but we'll talk about it. So from there, it's just kind of jump in and get to work. Trilobite again. You open with that big slash attack. Stand to the left to get the pillars in the wall, or at least on that side, so you have room to work on the other side of them. For the refight stage itself, you can pick up a full health after every fight. So you don't have to worry too much about your health. Obviously, going back to collect that full health is a time waster. So the more fights you can complete without picking it up, it doesn't take like the Mega Man NES games where you're stuck frozen while your life fills up. So, you know, it's all movement through this room. That's all you're focusing on. The fights to worry about are Bern Rooster, which I believe is right here. Bern Rooster is really the fight to worry about. Shadow Mantis and Bamboo Pandemonium are relatively easy fights, but they are the Mavericks that hurt the most. So, the Rooster, I mean, you have more health this time, and you have his weakness. But otherwise, you're kind of stuck with this annoying pattern again. I kind of talked about it earlier. You might get a flat floor, and then you're kind of stuck dodging him as much as you can, and you're going to get hit a lot in this fight. That's what makes him so dangerous. The first time you fight him, you don't have that last chunk of life, so you can kind of see without that, Zero's basically already out of this fight. But otherwise, this is the same strategy as the first time. Now you got to see the Rooster, if it doesn't all rise up together, you have to kind of just figure out a place to use the sword spin. And that's that. So again, after Rooster, that tends to be a spot where I grab the health there, so you just got to see it. There is a gem to raise your team attack meter, which is also what you would use to revive a fallen teammate in this stage. Mantis is the same fight as last time. It was a little tricky last time with the Saber, and Axle was your backup. Now you have X as your backup, and you have the glaive to hit him from a distance, so like this is over before it begins. I will point out, if you're playing the X route at all, this is where you gain a lot of time, since with Zero the whole game you're going through it, you're using these jump slashes to avoid iframes. With X, you use half charges, except with all your upgrades, those half charges act as full charges, and they do damage as such. That's how X makes his comeback here. Avalanche Yeti, this fight is the exact same. Realistically, you're kind of hoping through the refights that you don't need to get any extra health. Getting Shoryuken does not help you not get health. Wow. Zero, just like X2 for this video's purposes, does not know how to block a Shoryuken. Wow, this was a really bad fight. So Manowar, the big thing that changed here is Zero's orange saber all by itself is his weakness. So you're kind of stuck either hitting him with the weakness or hitting him with the sword spin, which would give him extended iframes. So have fun choosing. I've kind of made my choice. The other interesting thing kind of about the orange saber here is you can destroy the little jellyfish he releases. But yeah, the refights really is kind of just get through it. Bamboo Pandemonium. Again, you have the glaive. One interesting thing about this, if you decide to spin fly away from him, you want to end this fight on the ground. If he's exploded and you are kind of flying through the air and then you land in the abyss, you never land, you never teleport out, the game's locked up. So don't soft lock here. Gravity Antonian, same fight. There you see I actually am getting hit by the giant pile of blocks that time. I am hanging out in the black hole, so don't be too afraid of it. I don't know what that thing actually does. I think it just makes jumping harder. Gravity Antonio can spin the room around too, but I mean... Yep. That's that. And Sunflower's last. This fight obviously is the exact same as it was last time. Just again, don't let it go past 2 cycles in the middle. You don't want to deal with the room getting rearranged again. Victory will be mine! And there you can see the failed attempt to avoid the last cycle. Which is great because you teleport around the room, rearrange it, 1 hit, and yeah, just teleporting, rearranging the room again. So it's just a time waster. There's nothing else significant about it. Apologies for bad play in this video. All right, so that was 8 Mavericks, right? There is a similar to Trilobite fly over the door thing you can do here. It's possible it lags the game more later on if you do that, because the explosion animation never stops during the Sigma fight. That room, you really do just mash the dash button. I mean, you don't mash it, but you just dash, 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 dash. So Sigma 1's weakness, conveniently enough, is the sword spin. And he doesn't really get that many extended iframes, I feel like, from it. Although at this point in the game, it's like you're just used to double slashing anyway. The sword spin does also destroy those little missiles he shoots. You saw him get up against the wall there and try and charge up some attack, and there was a shield there, so there's a triple slash to take care of that. That's really all there is to it. When he makes the floor get set on fire, an easy way out of that is to just fly over him. You can finish him off with 2 more sword spins at that point. And that's the refight stage. Final stage is next.